All right, so 7 days after Election Day, we have no idea who's going to control Congress. The red wave didn't happen, and the finger pointing has started in earnest. But I think I know how we can fix this problem. But first, let's identify the problem. So let's talk about it. Hello, everyone. This is Keith. Welcome to the Ghetto Sapien channel, your home of inner city intelligence. So, yeah, red wave didn't happen. The Senate still controlled by the Democrats, and of course the White House is too, because it was only a midterm. The Republicans might just narrowly take Congress, which is important. They control the purse strings, so let's hope that happens. But we need to examine what's going on. The Republicans are going at each other. The MAGA versus I'd say the DeSantis splinter starting to form around him. And behind the scenes, the establishment, Mitch McConnell and McCarthy are laughing their asses off because this is what they wanted. I think they have no problem not being in control of either house. Either the Senate or the House, as long as they get to keep their cushy jobs. If this will help purge the MAGA Republicans, who they hate them as much as the Democrats do, so much better, even if they lose power. That's the most important thing. I think they like the old status quo, where they just would react to whatever the Democrats did and really didn't do anything. Hold hearings, and then that's it. And then give power back to the Democrats when the cycle is over. So that's how they were liking things. And then Trump came and screwed everything up for them and kind of held their feet to the fire and tried to get them to govern. I'll give you a quick example. I remember in 2017 when Trump won, they had the House, Republicans had the House, and they had the Senate. And Trump was like, okay, so first thing we could do, let's end Obamacare. And the Republicans balked. They were like, they didn't want to send us a bill and we'll take a look at it. And Rand Paul had called them out and said, hey, look, when Obama was in office, we signed like 4 bills that all of us passed through, and then, because they had control of the Senate and Congress at the time under Obama. And they sent him a bill to end Obamacare that the majority of the Republicans voted for, and Obama just vetoed it, as you'd expect him to do. Hey, his name's on it. Why would he kill his own law, right? So Rand Paul said, all right, just send up that same bill. We all voted on it, right? We all were good with it, right? No, they didn't do it because they were all full of crap. They were more interested in investigating Trump than they were actually taking lead in making change. So the leadership of the Republican Party is the problem. You got to get rid of McConnell. You got to get rid of McCarthy. And I think there's enough people coming up behind those two guys, who I think can do a good job, who could actually have a message that people can get behind. Because that's what the Republican Party right now is missing. It has no message. Look, they're not giving people reasons to vote for the the Republican Party. The Democrats are given reasons not to vote for the Democrat Party. Look at the economy, look at crime, look at the open borders. There's tons of reasons not to vote for them, and people still voted for them because, again, the Republicans don't have a message. You can't blame Trump for losing. You can't blame the Libertarian Party, who took maybe 1 or 2% of the vote. And if you can't win in this horrible economy that we have right now, then there's something wrong. It's not some outside group. It's you. It's the leadership. But that's the good news, I think, because it's not the Republican Party, at least the grassroots from top to bottom that's the problem. It's just the top. The other thing that that helped the Democrats greatly in squashing the red wave was mass mail-in voting. That is a travesty. We really need to end mass mail-in voting. what mass mail-in voting does, it basically, here's the deal. When you have a bad policy and you can't defend it, and you avoid debates, the best way to get people to vote for you who are indifferent, who don't really feel like voting, is you gotta move the voting booth as close to the vote as possible. You can't expect him to get up, gas up his car, drive somewhere to go vote for you if you're doing a terrible job. But if you put the voting booth in his house, in this way, a la mass mail-in voting, he might vote for you. He'll be indifferent. He won't really care. It's usually the kids, the 18-year-olds living with their parents who just, I'll fill out whatever. I hate the Republicans, but I don't hate them enough to leave my house and stop gaming to go, or get off TikTok to go vote for him. But if someone mails a ballot to your house and your parents fill it out for you, well then, instead of one person voting for the Democrats in the House, you got 8. You're not 8. You got maybe 4 or 5 right there per house. So mass mail-in voting gives the Democrats a great advantage because they count on low information voters. And if you don't believe me, you remember how the Democrats are pushing for 16-year-olds to vote? Come on, you don't get more low information than that. My thing is, if you don't take the time and effort to get out of your house to go and vote, you probably also didn't take the time and effort to do some research to become an informed voter. So if you're not going to leave your house and you're not sick and you're not overseas doing a mail-in ballot, we just mail a ballot to your house, we don't need you voting because more than likely you represent an uninformed vote. But that, again, is what the Democrats want. That's why their candidates avoid debating altogether. And the media helped them out in that aspect too. So with mass mail-in voting, you can have a guy with a stroke win because it doesn't matter. He's just a body. He's just fogging a mirror, and that's all you need is someone who can fog up a mirror if they're just part of a machine that votes in lockstep anyway. You almost never see internal debates between Democrats saying, oh, no, that idea might not be good. They vote in lockstep. So you don't need debating. You don't need to be cognizant on any level. If that's all you're going to do is vote yes whenever Nancy or Chuck tell you how to vote. Again, that's why you don't need to debate either. And that's why mass mail-in voting really favors the Democrats. But here's the good news. Florida, the home of the hanging Chad, the Florida was a joke back in 2000 when it came to elections. They straightened up big time in the last couple of years. And I think a lot of that is due to Ron DeSantis. He aggressively and fearlessly ended mass mail-in voting. He enforced voter fraud laws and let everyone know about it. And I think the election in Florida reflected a real and honest election, how people really felt. Most of the Republicans went by double digits, and that reflects how people really felt about where this country's headed. I think, I don't know if I'm going to vote for, who I'm going to vote for in 2024. I don't know if Trump's going to run again. I don't know if DeSantis is going to run again. But I will say this about DeSantis. He provided the pathway for Republicans to win in this should be an easy layup of an election en masse mail-in voting. Just got to take the balls to do it and don't care what the Democrats say. But that, like I said, he proved he can get it done. So I hope that is a positive message to all the people out there who are feeling despondent. There is a way out of this. And we just need to go back to how we voted back in the 90s, not that long ago. We can do it, and I think we should. That's my comment. What's yours? Like, share, comment, and subscribe.